Star Trek Picard Season 3 Part 6 titled The Bounty. This video expedition will identify every starship appearing on screen in this Trek Fleet focused episode. In the opening scene, 3 Federation starships drop out of warp converging on a decoy transponder buoy deployed by the USS Titan. The first ship registry identifies the USS Truman being another Duderstad-class cruiser, sister ship of the Intrepid that first appeared in Episode 5. The second ship in formation is an Excelsior Type II Refit heavy exploration cruiser. Making a debut appearance, the third starship could be a Miranda-class TNG-era refit or a new type of heavy frigate. Either way, this is a sharp-looking design, and I hope we get to see more of it in the future. All 3 ships are in a top-down staggered formation from a vertical point of view, so it's difficult to get an accurate size-to-scale ratio in comparison to one another. The Shrike warship commanded by the changeling Captain Vadic has recovered from the asteroid strike occurring in Episode 5 and is now approaching on another one of the Titan's decoy buoys. Next, we get the first good view of the mysterious Daystrom Station orbiting an M-class planet, and spanning out, the USS Titan is in a holding pattern concealed behind a moon just after dropping out of warp. Subsequently, Starfleet intercepts the renegade Titan with 2 patrol frigates in orbit, causing Admiral Picard and crew to perform a tactical withdrawal. These new starships, the USS Sternbach and the USS Cole, are of an Echelon class mid-level frigate, a second post-TNG era new ship design from this episode alone, and third if you count the Excelsior refit. These new frigates look similar to the USS Intrepid's hull configuration but without a secondary hull, all with good concurring design aesthetics consistent with this new generation of post-TNG era Starfleet ships. Earth's Spacedock from the motion picture era now has been relocated to Athan Prime, serving as the Federation's Fleet Museum, and finally solving the docking bay door size paradox conundrum. The upper primary station module contains 12 outer ring terminals with 4 additional berths on the lower secondary section, displaying a total of 15 docked starships visible from orbit. The 5 ships named specifically in this episode is the Attack Class USS Defiant, a new TOS Constitution Type I heavy cruiser, the USS New Jersey, and the perfect designation number of NCC 1975. The Enterprise A refit Constitution class from the motion picture era, the USS Voyager from Deep Space Nine's Intrepid class long-range cruiser, and the Klingon D-12 Bird of Prey from Star Trek IV The Voyage Home, commandeered and renamed the HMS Bounty by Kirk and crew. The second Klingon ship abreast is a Katinga-class battlecruiser that likely is Kronos 1 from Star Trek VI The Undiscovered Country, serving as Chancellor Gowron's flagship. The next docking ring contains an NX-class refit heavy cruiser from the Enterprise era that was deployed as fleet command ships during the Earth-Romulan War, making this Season 5 cancellation now as an official canonical ship. On the far side of the upper station section is a Miranda-class heavy frigate similar to the USS Reliant that was destroyed in Wrath of Khan, followed by a common TNG-era Nebula-class starship. Docked adjacent is the Excelsior-class heavy exploration cruiser, being one of the most widely produced Federation starships that was also notorious for its failed transwarp prototype drive due in part to failed catalytic converters. Next, we have the Akira-class starship being another fan-favorite TNG-era heavy cruiser. Directly in front of popular Bador 15 is the equally renowned USS Stargazer, being Picard's first command of an older Federation ship when he was a young captain himself. On the lower station section is a Romulan bird of prey made infamous during the classic TOS confrontation with Kirk's Enterprise in Balance of Terror, emulating a World War II cat-and-mouse duel of the Tin Can destroyer up against a diesel-powered U-boat. Onto another TNG-era design is a Sabre-class light cruiser, being part of the specialized line of ships designed to combat the Borg, like the Defiant attack frigates that eventually would end up holding the Federation lines during the Dominion War. Closing out the museum ships is a second Akira class with the first shown topside, This could possibly be a mistake or fill-in edit, as the Star Trek Online ship the USS Pioneer featured during the end credits Lacar's readout was absent among the display ships and no other designs were featured twice. It would have been nice to see another TOS design or a Nova class could have filled this slot. Finally, the one ship that doesn't fit with the others is the hero's own Neo-Constitution class, the USS Titan, docked as a needle in a stack of 16 ships. What other iconic Trek designs would you have liked seeing displayed at the Starfleet Museum orbiting Athan Prime? And halfway through the final episodes, how would you rank Picard Season 3? Hit subscribe for future video content and weekly episodes of Star Trek Picard. For other science fiction breakdowns, check out the channel's video and playlist sections. Thanks for watching, and always remember to engage!